Magic will start. Just a couple of reminders. Make sure to make special note of a couple things in this room. Exit signs on the front, to the right, bathrooms to the right here. So once those doors close, they will not open. Doors close promptly at 3:30. If you were to leave, you are not able to get back in. So make sure that you make note of the restrooms and anything else you need to make note of. All right? Now, very important. Once we are done with the ceremony, all your graduates will be outside. There will be nobody that stays inside here for pictures or anything like that. We have photo booths set up outside. All your pictures will be outside. So as soon as the ceremony ends, everybody will leave the convention center for this evening, all right? So make sure you get excited. We're about to start. A ver, unos anuncios para...
Good afternoon, and welcome to Dalton State College's December 2024 commencement exercises. I'm Dr. John Futchko, and I'm honored to serve as president of Dalton State. Thank you to the Dalton Whitfield Community Band for participating in our ceremonies and for the inspiring processional. The Dalton High School Junior ROTC will now present the colors, and Dalton State student Nick Stewart will lead us in the national anthem. Please stand or remain standing as you are able.
Time. March. Detail. Pull. Left. Face. Freeze it. Arms.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight and o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Order. Arms. Five. Six. Forward. March. March time. March. Forward. March.
You may be seated. Honored guests, faculty and staff, family members, and most especially members of the 2024 graduating class. It is my pleasure and privilege to welcome you to the commencement ceremonies at Dalton State College. I would like to introduce the other members of the stage party. Please hold your applause until everyone has been introduced. Stage party members, please stand as I call your name. I will start with members of the college's executive cabinet. Dr. Gina Kurtulis-Tartar, Interim Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. Dr. Jody Johnson, Vice President for Student Affairs and Enrollment Management. Mr. David Lasico, Vice President for Fiscal Affairs. Dr. Kate Main, Vice President for Marketing, Communications, and Workforce Development. Mr. John Jadon, Executive Director of Athletics. And Ms. Lori McCarty, Assistant Vice President for Human Resources. Our academic deans, Dr. Marilyn Helms, Dean of the Wright School of Business, and her last commencement ceremony before she retires. Dr. Marina Smitherman, Interim Dean of the School of Health Professions. Dr. Sharon Hickson, Dean of the School of Education, and Dr. Randall Griffiths, Dean of the School of Arts and Sciences. And finally, some special guests, Mr. Chris Manis, Assistant Professor of Biology and Curator of Dalton State's Turtle Assurance Colony, and the 2024 recipient of the Excellence in Teaching Award and this evening's speaker. Dr. Forrest Blackburn, Associate Professor of Spanish, Director of our PACE program, and reader for our ceremony. Dr. Bryn Monroe, Assistant Vice President for Enrollment Management. Mr. Nick Stewart, this afternoon's National Anthem singer, and a senior graduating with a Bachelor's of Business Administration in Finance and Applied Economics. Dr. Susan West, Chair of the Department of Allied Health and Social Work, Director and Professor of Radiologic Technology, there we go. And as the senior most faculty member present this afternoon, she's also serving as today's standard bearer for the mace. And Laura Alton Swindell, I think the Swindell is a new addition, yes, recently married, President of the Dalton State Alumni Association and Society of 63, and a 2020 Dalton State graduate. And finally, Patton Picard, our Student Government Association President, and a student in our Bachelor of Applied Science in Engineering Technology degree program. Thank you all. Graduates, on behalf of the faculty, staff, and administration, I extend our heartiest congratulations to you. We are all proud of your dedication, perseverance, and accomplishments in reaching this goal in your educational journey. And we look forward to your future achievements as you enter your professional career or prepare for further study. You are the most important group here, and we are here to celebrate you. No matter what the future holds for you, the education you received at Dalton State will be a powerful asset that no one can take from you. What you have learned has prepared you for this next step in your life, and you are joining tens of thousands of other Dalton State graduates who have gone on to productive and rewarding lives, and in the process have improved the quality of life in their communities and in their families. Congratulations on a job well done. I now invite Patton Picard to bring remarks on behalf of the Student Government Association.
Good afternoon. My name is Patton Picard, your 2024-25 Dalton State SGA President. Ladies and gentlemen, faculty, staff, advisors, mentors, loved ones, honored guests, and fellow students. Today we gather to celebrate a remarkable milestone in the lives of our graduates from Dalton State College. This moment is a testament to your hard work, dedication, and perseverance. Each of you has faced challenges, overcome obstacles, and grown in ways that will shape your future. Reflecting on your time here, it's impossible not to think about the countless memories, friendships you've made along the way. From late-night study sessions in the library to cheering on your fellow Roadrunners at sporting events. Each experience has contributed to the person you are today. The bonds you've formed with your peers, professors, and mentors are connections that will last a lifetime. These relationships have not only provided support during your academic journey, but will also be your source of encouragement and inspiration as you move forward. As you step into the next chapter of your life, remember the thing, like learning never stops. Embrace every opportunity with an open mind and a courageous heart. The world is waiting for your unique contributions, and I have no doubt that you will make a significant impact. The lessons learned and the friendships forged here at Dalton State College will serve as a strong foundation for your future endeavors. Dalton State College has provided you with the tools and knowledge to succeed. Now it is your turn to take what you've learned and make a difference in the world. Whether you stay close to home or venture far away, carry the spirit of Dalton State with you. On behalf of the Dalton State Student Government Association, congratulations, class of 2024. Your journey is just beginning, and the best is yet to come. Thank you.
And now it is my pleasure, thank you, Patton, to introduce our next speaker for this afternoon, Mr. Chris Manis.
Glasses are necessary now. Esteemed faculty, honored guests, proud parents, valued friends, and the graduating class of fall 2024. It is an honor and a real treat to be able to talk to you this afternoon. We began together around 2019-2020 as new students for you and me as a new professor. We had one normal semester together before the pandemic changed how we did everything in our campus community. And that was a challenging time for everyone. As demanding as the situation was, we figured things out together, and now here you are in what feels like the blink of an eye, graduating. As a professor at a teaching institution, it is in my purview to think about you and how you learn. You graduates have been very interesting to think about. I've gotten to know some of you quite well while working closely together, and our interactions have often moved from interesting into a category that I would describe more as fascinating. One interaction in particular encapsulates that change for me. It happened during a meeting with a research student, someone I'd spent many hours in the field with. During this meeting, the student remarked, "Professor Manis, you have so many cool reptile and amphibian books on the shelf and so much cool field gear stacked in the corner, but you're getting old. So who gets all this stuff when you die? Can I get in on that? After all, it could just end up at a yard sale." I should have felt disturbed about this line of conversation, but I wasn't. I felt proud that they recognized the value of the items. They were thinking ahead about their futures, and they planned a career where they could actually use the stuff. And we did come to a verbal agreement about a couple of those items. DSC students are nothing if not shrewd and practical. And it was during those early semesters that I first noticed something inspiring about Dalton State students. That's you. A relentless spirit is baked right into you. As we celebrate your achievement this afternoon, I recognize this event as yet another concrete example of my early impressions of you and just the way you go about handling your business. Your resilience and focus have paid off. While collaborating with you on campus and in the community, I watched you navigate circumstances and develop some skill sets that are not easily learned. They can be painful to acquire. Some people actively avoid the opportunities to tackle and gain these skills. These abilities, these skills that empower you to shape your lives in really profound ways could easily be described as doing uncomfortable things. We should define what stepping out of our comfort zones means and how it differs from simply approaching a difficult task. The two expressions are sometimes used interchangeably, but they have separate meanings. Difficulty describes tasks requiring some endurance levels of effort and skills to accomplish. It takes practice to be perfect, and difficult tasks can require some repetition to build muscle memory, both mental and physical. As an undergraduate, I found biostatistics to be really difficult. I found parasitology labs to be terribly long and also difficult. These tasks were tough at first, but they became easier with time. Unlike difficulty, discomfort registers at an emotional level. It means being in an unfamiliar situation, giving up elements of control, and operating outside your norm with no safety net. Our own biology pushes back against this feeling, trying to remain in an efficient, relaxed state. And throughout our lives, we're often encouraged to seek comfort and avoid discomfort as much as possible. But it is in those moments of challenge that we truly grow and discover our potential. What is so impressive about you is that you've proven you already know how to approach these situations. You lean right into them, and you succeed. While feeling nostalgic, I tried to compare my own undergraduate experience with yours. In full disclosure, they don't really compare at all, except that many of you, I'm a first-generation college graduate. It was a life changer for me, and the same is true of you now. But beyond this similarity, you've proven yourselves to be capable academically, but also durable, even salty in the way that you pursue your goals. I've witnessed it firsthand. I have too many examples to cite them all, but you might recognize yourselves in some of these scenarios. How about a student who finishes a third shift at a carpet mill and makes it to lab at 8:30 a.m.? How do you even do that? Could I have done something like that? What about a student who gets their siblings ready early in the morning? They drive them to school, and then they come to campus for a full day. And then they repeat that process 4 days a week. How did you even manage that? What about a student who's been adulting since 16, works multiple jobs, attends classes, and somehow makes time for research and projects? How do you do that? And it's not just a rhetorical question. I finally asked one of my students that question, and she answered, "Professor Manis, I don't feel like I ever had a choice." That statement was powerful to me. She did have a choice. All of those students did. They chose to leverage years of their lives, resources, personal time, and immediate earning potential to chase their goals on their own terms. My coaches used to quote scripture to me during practices. I didn't really appreciate it at the time, but the messages stuck nonetheless. Proverbs 27:17 reads, "As iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another." I understand now that it describes one's choice to confront challenges willingly, persist through them while being tested, and then achieve those goals. Isn't that what you've done here? Isn't that what you were looking for when you came to Dalton State? I certainly consider you sharpened at this point. So, what does a well-prepared college graduate do now? How will you follow up on the moment? It might seem tempting to take some kind of break. You've earned it, earned a reprieve, maybe you will. Or do you feel the draw of a new uncomfortable situation, a new challenge, something that scares you just a little bit? It will be in those moments that you find your natural strength and potential. Now that you know what this feels like, it's a hard feeling to give up. It's somewhat addictive. Remember, every great achievement was born out of discomfort. The greatest innovators, leaders, change makers did not achieve success by staying within their comfort zones and doing difficult things. They took risks, they faced failures, and they persevered through discomfort. So in summary, let your passions and discomfort be your guides. Let them lead you to new experiences, new opportunities, new points of view. Embrace them, learn from them, and let them shape you into the person that you're meant to be. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris, for your inspiring words. Guests, I am sure that you noticed as the students entered the arena that they were led by a fellow student who carried a banner, also known as a gonfalon, with the name of each school on it. These students were selected by each of the schools based on criteria that included an excellent GPA, leadership quality, and community service. The following students received that honor. Students, please rise when I call your name, and guests, please hold your applause until both names are read so that each student can be recognized. For the Wright School of Business, Michaela Hickson, Bachelor of Business Administration in Accounting. For the School of Health Professions, Bailey Mann, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. All graduates this afternoon have brought honor to themselves, to this institution, and to you, their families and friends, through their efforts to complete the requirements for their degrees and certificates. However, some have exceeded the minimum requirements and have earned recognition as honor graduates. I would like to call your attention to the honor graduates listed in the program. Students graduating with highest honors, summa cum laude, for degree students, and with excellence for certificate students, have earned an A in every course taken at Dalton State, a perfect 4.0 on a 4-point scale. Those graduating with high honors, magna cum laude, for degree students, and with distinction for certificate students, have maintained a grade point average of 3.75 or higher. Those graduating with honors, cum laude, for degree graduates, and with merit for certificate graduates, have maintained a 3.5 or higher GPA. The diplomas and certificates of these graduates are imprinted with the appropriate honor designations, and honor graduates were awarded silver honor cords in recognition of their achievement. In addition to the silver honor cord, other students have received additional cords that represent specific honor societies. Each honor society is identified by a particular color, or in some cases, with a medallion. To assist in identifying the individual society for which the student received his or her honor, I would direct you to today's program for the complete listing. And now it is time to present the candidates of the Dalton State College graduating class of 2024. Will the candidates for certificates please rise? Will the candidates for the Associate of Applied Science degree please rise? Will the candidates for the Associate of Science in Nursing degree please rise? Will the candidates for the Associate of Science degree please rise? Will the candidates for bachelor's degrees from the Wright School of Business please rise? Will the candidates for bachelor's degrees from the School of Health Professions please rise? President Futchko, it is my privilege and pleasure on behalf of the faculty and staff of Dalton State College to present to you these candidates. They have completed all the requirements for the respective degrees, and they have been approved by the faculty. I present them to you for the confirmation of their degrees and certificates.
Thank you. By the power and authority vested in me by the state of Georgia and the Board of Regents of the University System of Georgia, and upon the recommendation of the faculty of Dalton State College, who prescribe the academic requirements, and as president of Dalton State College, I solemnly and publicly confer upon each of you the degrees that you have earned as certified by the Vice President for Student Affairs and Enrollment Management and approved by the faculty with all the rights, responsibilities, and privileges appertaining thereto.
Each graduate has friends and family present who wish to hear the reading of the graduate's name. So friends and families, please make some noise to support your graduate, but please quickly finish so that we can share the name of the next graduate and their family and friends can hear their name. Graduates listed in the printed program but unable to attend this afternoon receive their diplomas in absentia. Dr. Futchko will now award the diplomas.
The following individuals will now be awarded certificates. Cassie Leanne Ailman. Elena B. Boston. Abigail M. Bright. Janet Chavez. Evelyn Ruby Frere. Jennifer Giselle Franco. Brenda Guzman. Genesis Machado with merit. Erica Newport with merit. Michaela Saylor. Mallory Teague, Baltasar Valdez Munoz, the following individuals will now be awarded Associate of Applied Science degrees. Caitlin D. Cook, Stephanie Hurtado, Giselle Rangel, the following individuals will now be awarded Associate of Science in Nursing degrees. Carson Bowen, cum laude. Aspen Bryan, cum laude. India J. Charles. Melanie Rose Clinton, summa cum laude. Kimberly S. Dean. Selene De Aro, cum laude. Ashley Lizeth Frere. Stephanie Dale Gravitt. Sarah Harris, cum laude. Sarah Elizabeth Hull. Timothy Lucas Jones, magna cum laude. Bailey A. Martin, magna cum laude. Karen Clemente Martinez. Stephanie Miller. Carolina Ruth Morgan, magna cum laude. Stephanie Laura Mullinex, magna cum laude. Oluwakemi Tabitha Olawuyi, summa cum laude. Christian Sheldon Owen. Lisbeth Paez Guerrero, cum laude. Rebecca Hope Patton. Guadalupe Pineda Camacho, cum laude. Karina Rodriguez Segura. Vanessa Victoria Salgado. Sharon Diana Sanchez Alvarado. Tal Schlafman, cum laude. Molly Rose Smith, cum laude. Riley Madeline Stansberry, cum laude. Natasha McKee Terriquez, magna cum laude. Marlene Victoria Torres. Abimael Vasquez Nielsen Jr. Skylar Nicole Weber, cum laude. The following individuals will now be awarded associate degrees. Eva Elizabeth Aguilar. Christopher Gribble. Jordan Bailey Hurd. Idelma Ann Raimundo Francisco. Eric Rodriguez Montoya. The following individuals will now be awarded bachelor degrees from the Wright School of Business. Michaela L. Hickson, summa cum laude. Parker Adams. Antonio Bittencourt. Courtney M. Brown. Ashley Carolina Cabrera, magna cum laude. Nayeli Capistran, cum laude. Madeline Jade Clark. Amy R. Cleghorn, cum laude. Asa D. Cleghorn. Edgar Cortez, cum laude. Allison Deshay Cruz. Amy Cruz, magna cum laude. Kelly Domingo Juan. Jose A. Espino. Cristian Enrique Gonzalez. William Green Jr. Logan Cade Herod. Anderson Daniel Hernandez. Alex Wijon. Annette Jaques Rendon, cum laude. Christopher B. Knox. Cesar Lara Rios. Mauricio Salazar Lino Jr. Gerardo Rafael Loera, cum laude. Cesar A. Lopez. Josue Ivan Lopez. Mirna Paula Lopez Hilo. Perla Elizabeth Maqueda, magna cum laude. Diana Martinez. James Allen McCracken II. Riley Chase Sheldon Metters, magna cum laude. Gabriela Mejia, cum laude. Emma K. Mount. Noah E. Newman, cum laude. Tammy Wynn, cum laude. Armando Josue Nieves. Andy Ortiz. Carolina Beatriz Oyola Rodriguez. Kimberly Trong Parker, summa cum laude. Nathan Pendergrass. Hector J. Perez, cum laude. Nicole Perez. Destiny Haven Phillips. Maria Elisa Quintero. Betsy Rendon, cum laude. Karina Rivera. Jacob Lee Robinson. Jenny Nicole Robinson. William Price Rogers. McKaylee Grace Sanford, cum laude. John Mark Spear, cum laude. Angel Ni Dawn Tran, magna cum laude. Emeline Vieira. Lexi Rayanne Walker. Isaiah W. Waterhouse, magna cum laude. The following individuals will now be awarded bachelor degrees from the School of Health Professions. Bailey Mann, cum laude. Janelle J. Adams. Elizabeth Alvarez. Daisy Arredondo, magna cum laude. Amanda Darlene Brown, magna cum laude. Hannah Bullard. Felicia Deneen Collins, magna cum laude. Leticia Karina Coronel, magna cum laude. Vanessa Karina Coronel, cum laude. Mallory M. Crane. Cody Paul Flowers. Miranda Jane Grider. Jacqueline Hernandez, cum laude. Carly Anna M. Hulsey, magna cum laude. Nicholas James Stewart. Cronin Hill Irene, magna cum laude. Hallie M. Larson. Elizabeth Leon Reyes, magna cum laude. Lori Ann McAllister. Victoria Ashley McIver. Muskan Nadim Ula. Lynn Bui Wen, magna cum laude. Namika Nathaniel Okoronkwo. Amanda E. Pratt, cum laude. Diana Ramos. Casey Marie Rendon, cum laude. Lindsay Hulsey Revels, magna cum laude. Jessica L. Sisk, cum laude. Shanda Sloan. Sarah Stokes, cum laude. Allison Tatum. Margarita Valenzuela Ornelas. Alyssa Page Walker, magna cum laude.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in recognizing the 2024 graduates of Dalton State College. Graduates, as a symbol of your accomplishment at the end of the commencement into the next phase of your life, please go ahead and move your tassel from the right to the left. Commencement is a day of recognition, and first and foremost, we are recognizing those who have earned an academic credential here at Dalton State. All of us here are so proud of you and the work you have done to get to this point. Your achievements truly will echo through the course of your life and that of your family for generations to come. Congratulations. While each of our guests likely knows their own graduate story, I would like to acquaint you, all of you, with a little bit about our graduates. So graduates, this is your final test. If you're a member of the following group, please stand to be recognized, and you may sit back down after being recognized. If you are related to another Dalton State graduate from any other year, please stand. Any other, yep, there we go, awesome. You may be seated. And you may clap for them as they stand. Yes, absolutely. I know we have at least one. If you played intercollegiate athletics at Dalton State, please stand. Please be seated. If you were a member of the Dalton State student government or served in a student leadership role, please stand. If you serve or have served in the United States military, please stand. If you graduated as a part of our honors program or with academic honors such as cum laude, magna cum laude, or summa cum laude, please stand. Please be seated. If you are the first member of your family to graduate from college, please stand. Please be seated. Finally, if you worked at some point during your time enrolled at Dalton State College, please stand. Please be seated. Guests and graduates, you now understand a little better why we are so proud of these graduates and what they have achieved. I would now like to briefly recognize some other important groups. Dalton State has been a part of the Dalton community in Northwest Georgia for over 6 decades. Since our founding in 1963, and supported by the enduring vision of 4 local families who gave the land for the original campus, this college has benefited from the support of so many leaders over the years who have recognized that the future of our community and this region are wrapped up in the future of the people who live and work here and who study and grow at Dalton State. Campus names like Brown Hall and Peoples Hall, our Bandy Heritage Center, and our C. Lamar and Ann Wright School of Business. The same Lamar Wright, who is a Dalton State class of 1969 graduate, by the way. The Shaw Industries Chair in STEM and the James and Sis Brown Chair. Scores of named endowed scholarships, and even the Barbara Schiffler 76 Award for Business Teaching. All of these are tangible daily reminders that we cannot do what we do without the significant level of community investment in our collective futures. We also want to recognize the support and family and friends who have made this day possible. If you are a family member of a graduating student, that means all of you out there, please stand as you are able and remain standing so that your graduates can recognize you. Family members of graduates, please stand. If you are a friend or employer, and family, you can remain standing. If you are a friend or employer or supporter of a graduating student, please stand as you are able and remain standing so your graduate can recognize you as well. And remain standing, please. If you are a faculty member who taught one of these graduates, please stand as you are able and remain standing so that we can recognize you. If you are a staff member who at one point assisted one of these students in their path to succeed, whether as an admissions counselor or an advisor, a financial aid professional or groundskeeper, Please stand as you are able and remain standing so that we can recognize you. Graduates, please give one final round of applause for all of these people who have supported you. You may now be seated. Graduates, remember the joy and excitement you feel today and hold that in your heart always. You will always be an important part of the Dalton State family. And now I invite Mrs. Laura Alton Swindell to come forward to congratulate our graduates.
Nearly 10 years ago, I was accepted to the University of Tennessee to earn my bachelor's degree. Through a series of events beyond my control, I did not move to Knoxville after I graduated high school. Rather, I stayed home and enrolled at Dalton State, but I only intended to attend for a few semesters and move on to make my dreams a reality. As many of you probably know, plans often change and people change. Little did I know how profoundly Dalton State would change my life and change me for the better, and the college and greater campus community continue to have a positive impact on my life. Good evening, graduates. My name is Laura Alton Swindell. I'm a 2020 graduate of Dalton State's Wright School of Business, and I have the honor of speaking to you tonight on behalf of Society 63, Dalton State's Alumni Association. Since its inception in 2022, I have served as president of Society 63, and I have watched the organization grow from a handful of members to having hundreds of members all across the United States. Throughout my time as a Dalton State student, I had opportunities to join student organizations to connect with my peers, volunteer, and give back to numerous local charities, and career advice was readily available. I'm sure many of you took advantage of these opportunities available to Dalton State students, but I'm also sure that some of you are wondering what happens next. You may be asking questions about how you keep the connections you made at Dalton State, how you can continue being an active participant in the campus community and beyond, and where you go if you need career and continuing education assistance after graduation. That is precisely what Society 63 is here to help you with. As Dalton State's Alumni Association, we serve to bridge the gap between the transition from being a student into being successful in your career and future educational endeavors. As new Dalton State alumni, you are automatically eligible to join Society 63, where a membership opens the door to a plethora of professional and personal connections to ensure success wherever life takes you. Most recently, as you may be able to tell by the regalia I wear, life took me to Rocky Top, where a decades-long dream of mine finally became reality. Just a few days ago, I graduated magna cum laude with my master's degree from the University of Tennessee College of Law. This achievement would never have been possible without the academic foundations and lifelong professional and personal relationships I have thanks to Dalton State. In addition to this recent degree, I enjoy a rewarding career in the local legal system and own my own travel business. I confidently say that none of this would have been possible were it not for my 4 years at Dalton State. I do not know where life may take you, but I can attest that staying active with Dalton State through Society 63 will help you succeed wherever you may go. You can easily join Society 63 at any time via the alumni page of Dalton State's website, but you will also receive an email from the association soon with additional information. Thank you all for your time this evening, and on behalf of the entire membership of Society 63, welcome to the Dalton State alumni community. Congratulations and best wishes to you all, Dalton State College, class of 2024.
Thank you, Laura. We will now conclude with the singing of the alma mater, led by the following faculty and staff members: Dr. Elizabeth Hutchins, Ms. Mallory Safley, Dr. Forrest Blackburn, and Dr. Nick Gaywicki, followed by the recessional. The words can be found at the beginning of your program. During the recessional, the audience is requested to remain standing until the graduates have made their way out of the room. Thank you for joining us in this celebration, and have a great week. Please rise for the alma mater and recessional.